Hey folks, welcome back to another Tom Jurassic G.I. Joe review. Today we are looking at a figure I got on eBay recently, the Cobra Shocktrooper from the Pursuit of Cobra line. So huge shout out to YoJoe, the best online archive for G.I. Joe. I'm going to have an image of the packaging of this figure up now. I believe this came in one of the later Pursuit of Cobra waves, but as you can see, this figure comes packed with a ton of accessories. Really cool figure. Full disclosure, I got a eBay lot with 4 of them, which I am incredibly hyped about. This is a figure I wanted when I was a kid, and it really lives up to the hype. So we'll look at some of the other accessories, then we'll look at what I've got the figure holding and give it a breakdown. The first accessory we get is this really useful sledgehammer, as you can see just there. Really great texture in the grip, pretty simple, but a useful accessory for some kind of tactical scenes. Not something you see often with 3 3/4 inch figures. We then get what are described as, I believe, shock sticks or batons. You can see those just there. They are connected on a string, which is a little bit weird to me. You can see that if I get that back in focus just there. But they're useful enough pieces. You could potentially untie it and kind of just have one baton to go with the big riot shield that you can see. But they clip together well. And for what they are, they're just another option for posing the figure. So cool to have that included. We then also get a iconic weapon for you Jurassic Park fans. We do get a black Spaz 12 shotgun. This, as a G.I. Joe weapon, has appeared a lot with characters like Flint, so it's nothing new here, but it is a cool inclusion to have the Spaz 12. We then get what is commonly called the MP5K. This is really the smallest configuration for the MP5 submachine gun. It's got what appears to be an aim point sight on it, a little foregrip. I have just thrown it. Some nice paint apps on the weapon, something we don't see really on any 3 3/4 inch toy lines anymore, and actually a really nice little submachine gun. And then one of my favourite accessories to come with this figure is this. This is possibly the only time we've ever seen this. I don't know if it got packed in with any other G.I. Joes, but this is a 1/18 scale taser. You can see that there. I believe it's modelled on an X28 or similar. And just for like law enforcement characters, this is a phenomenal accessory to have. So already before we've even looked at the Shocktrooper, we have got a bunch of cool accessories. If I now remove the shield from him, you can see we get this little Cobra shield, which is awesome, a Cobra riot shield. Unfortunately, the ones in the lot I got are a little bit scuffed up and damaged, you can see there. I've got another one that's kind of got a black mark on the end of it, but it's not the end of the world. You know, these things would be used in situations where they'd get a bit scuffed, so it's fine. You can see we've got silver paint for the screws, the white Cobra logo, and even the red little Cobra Serpent logo just there. So really cool accessory. Has some great posability for the figure with a really nice way of holding it as well, including the 2 attachment points. So cool accessory. We get, as the kind of main assault rifle for the figure, an AK-47, but rather than being a traditional kind of AK, this is a tactical version, so you've got tactical rails, you've got a foregrip, silver paint apps, an M4 style stock, and a scope on top of it. If we just take it out of the figure's hand, give you a better look at that. Cool, unique version of the AK. Never really seen one like that before, and it matches the Cobra kind of aesthetic. Really cool stuff. We do obviously get the Pursuit of Cobra figure stand with the Cobra Shocktrooper name tag. And then looking at the Shocktrooper himself, you can see that this figure is almost in a dark orange kind of SWAT jumpsuit. Really cool stuff. He has got little black details for the knee pads. which work really well. He's got double jointed knees, so you can get a ton of articulation out of this figure. Ball joints at the ankles with the nice little boots on. We have got this tactical vest that has the little half Cobra logo. You've got what appears to be a kind of pistol magazine pocket and then some other pockets. Looks really cool. Does just tab together at the side just there. As you can see, on both of the shoulders he has the little Cobra logo, which works so well. And on his undersuit, I'm not going to take the vest off just because it's a little bit fiddly, but he does have a Cobra logo on the undersuit as well. Maybe I'll stitch in another photo from Yojo to show you. You can see he's got the black gloves. He actually has an additional detail I just noticed there of the little elbow pad as well. And then on the back, we have got this really cool carry handle. Some of the army sort of tactical vests have these to really carry soldiers out of the battlefield. You do get a walkie-talkie. That can be removed if we hold that up as best we can. You can see that little walkie-talkie just there. For context, in the character's hand, it is a very small accessory, as you can kind of see there. But that does reveal the full print of the Cobra logo on the back of the vest, and even some grey decoration for the molly stripes that are in the back of this as well. There is detail everywhere with this figure. Although it looks like a very, very muted colour scheme, they've used that to the advantage and have packed in an absolute ton of detail. And then the head, we get these goggles that can come off the top. You can see they are, if I pick them back up, red tinted. You can't really put them over the figure's eyes in any meaningful way, but that's fine. But what they do here that I really like is there's actually little notches in the helmet, so you can see that just there. And there's little indentations in the goggles. So whereas sometimes with a figure you'll just sit the goggles vaguely on top, these have an exact position they fit in, and when you get them in there they sit really nicely. So the helmet itself, if I just get it off, is kind of a modern military style helmet. Sort of your modern combat helmet. A very basic, this isn't like a fast helmet or anything sort of special forces spec, this is just a basic helmet. And as you can see, the gas mask that attaches onto it can come off as well, with some really nice detail. And the way that assembles, that actually pegs directly into the helmet. And it's a bit loose when it's off of the figure, but essentially the figure's face acts as the kind of leverage to hold it all together, if you like. So a really cool helmet. And then underneath, we do get a little balaclava head sculpt with the kind of wrap down around the neck as well, which is quite cool. So if we just get this helmet back on, it's pretty straightforward to get it all assembled. Works really nicely, there you go, it's done already. Bring the figure back in, bring the accessories back in. I have absolutely no problem with telling you that this is one of the best 1/18th army builders ever seen in the G.I. Joe line. The amount of accessories here give you a lot of different loadouts for different characters. There's some really cool dynamic stuff here to kind of think about the different scenes you want these characters in. Equally, the riot shield and the taser both have really unique applications, and the figure itself is really detailed. It has a lot of really cool attention to detail packed in throughout with the little logos on the armour and everything, and I just think this is a figure I want more of. That's it for my review of the Cobra Shocktrooper. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to like, favourite and subscribe, and also let me know what G.I. Joe figures you think I should pick up next. Thanks as always everyone, have a great week.